Mike, check 1 2. Oh, yeah, that works. Check, check 1 2. Check, check, check 1 2. Check. Baruch, Farmingdale State. Baruch, Farmingdale State. Check, check.
evening, everyone. Welcome to the campus of British College in the Arena. Today's women's basketball contest between the Rams from Farmingdale State and your British College Bearcats. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask you all to please rise. On this Veterans Day, we honor all men and women who have served our country. And we ask you all to please join us in singing of our national anthem. A sophomore guard, number 20, Mia Simmons. A sophomore forward, number 23, Cadiz Wooden. And a senior forward, number 31, Alexandria Barbo. Head coach is Mark Belkay. The assistant coaches are Kevin Brown, Essence Casey, Stacy Apantonio, and Emily Pohalsi. And the volunteer assistants are Stephanie Delicave and Brian Delicave. Now tonight's starting lineup, the Your Baruch College Bearcats. A senior guard from Whitestone, New York, number 2, Angela Baccarella. A senior guard from Brooklyn, New York, number 3, Melissa Leon. A junior guard from Brooklyn, New York, number 11, Rihanna Lopez. A junior forward from Brooklyn, New York, number 12, DeAndre McRae. And the senior guard from Pleasantville, New York, number 23, Mia Castillo. Head coach of the Bearcats, Michael Pedrosa. The assistant coaches are Deanna Clark, Tim Shanahan. The volunteer assistant coach, Alexa Smith. Now let's play ball.
And good evening, New York City, here at the Arc Arena on the campus of Baruch College. We have the tip-off game for the women's basketball season. The Farmingdale State Rams come up against your Baruch College Bearcats. Alongside Eddie Sabag, I'm David Just. And Eddie, we're 6 months away from March Madness, but it all tips off tonight as the Lady Bearcats welcome the Farmingdale State Rams.
Looking forward to a great game tonight, David. We got a bunch of returning seniors, some juniors here, and a team that we're very familiar with. We're looking forward to a great season.
So we're moments away from tip-off. It'll be McRae versus Walbrough. And the 24-25 season is underway. It goes through multiple hands, but into the hands of the Rams, namely Pahalski. And it'll be Greenwald to bring it into the front court. Bounce pass near side and the near side corner. Ball swung even further into the corner as the Rams move it around the perimeter. Pahalski steps back, thinks about the shot. Entry pass inside there to Wooden. Wooden looking for options, has a cutter, instead gives it outside to Pahalski, straight on. Castillo draped all over her. Wooden, far side three, and the Rams knocked down their first shot of the night.
Rams used the entire shot clock that got down to about 2 seconds, and Greenwald, big three. I'm sorry, Wooden with a big three.
And we have a momentary stoppage here as the shot clock gets reset.
We'll look here for a little Mia Castillo to handle the whole show. Am I right, David?
And Precious Mitchell checking in for the first time this season. Coach Catrosa's going to the bench early.
Looks like a bit of a miscommunication there from DeAndre McCray and coach.
So you mentioned Mia Castillo. Last year really winning everything. Player of the year, leading scorer of not only the league, the team, but the league as well. And really the spearheaded this team, but also, to your other point, a lot of returning seniors and juniors. Elisa Leung, actually one that we thought was going to step aside after her senior year, comes back as a graduate senior. So Baruch really reloading with their best 2 players from a season ago.
And that's huge. Leung takes a lot of pressure off of Mia Castillo, and we saw it in the playoffs last year. And towards the end of the regular season, Mia took on a lot of burden there. A lot of the weight was on her shoulders to carry the offense. So thankfully, Leung's back, and hopefully can take off some pressure from her shoulders.
Now Castillo going to go end-to-end here, right into the front court, circles back. Leung puts it on the deck, mid-range jumper, and around and out. No good. Ball still loose. It looks like it's Mitchell underneath fighting for it. It's going to be, see what they call it here. I think they're going to call it a foul.
And right on cue, David. Leung creating offense, helping out Mia Castillo here.
And they're going to say, sorry, it was out of bounds on the Rams, so it'll stay with the Bearcats right underneath. As we were looking for a call from the officials there. Ball inbounders trying to force it to Castillo, knocked away. It's Wooden the other way, up ahead to Simmons. Simmons going right to the basket, around a little too hard, no good. Ball's loose on the deck. Mitchell hits the floor, able to give it off to Castillo, and Castillo will push into the front court.
Good hustle by Mitchell there.
Now Castillo pulls back, looking for options. Swung around the perimeter. Leung over to Mitchell on the far side. Castillo draped all over her as Pahalski. And Castillo pulls up a 3. Shot a little too strong, no good. Rebounded by the Rams.
Look up.
And Pahalski ahead of the pack, 2-on-1 here over to Wooden, who lays it in. Excuse me, check that. That's Simmons.
Pahalski proving to be a bit of a pest here defensively.
We've seen her in the early going, taking the Castillo matchup. It's going to be a touch foul there on number 11, Greenwald, her first. And it'll be Baruch's ball right in front of the scorer's table.
Poor transition D there, David. It looked like once Castillo, on the previous possession, got a pass forced to her. And on the next possession, she came up and took a tough shot. Didn't get back on defense and led to an easy bucket for the Rams.
So it'll be Leung up top. Simmons out on her. Trying to give it off to Castillo. Forces it, and Pahalski, is the one that's able to take it away. Ooh, almost slid that pivot, but instead of free throw line jumper is good. And I think in the early going here, Eddie, Bearcats really just trying to force it into Castillo's hands.
That's straight possessions now, David, and Pahalski's proven not to be a little pushover here. She can make defensive plays, and again, transition D, not so bad on that play. Got her to almost force a turnover with the travel, but once you got that stop, you left her alone. Wide open for a mid-range jumper. And another turnover by the Bearcats.
So Simmons now over to Pahalski into the front court to Greenwald. Pahalski has it on the Bearcat symbol. Leung out on her. Ball swung around to the far side wing. Now inside to Walbrough. Inside out. Ball swung around the perimeter. One more pass here in the near side corner. It's Greenwald, 3 too strong. Walbrough, though, able to get the rebound, and they're going to stoppage over here.
Shot clock here. A bit of an incorrect reset there.
So the Rams have it up top. Walbrough here on the screen. Straight on 3 there from Greenwald. Way right, no good. And it'll be the Bearcats who come away with this. Still looking for their first points on the young season. Mid-range jumper by Leung, no good. Lopez inside, back out to Leung. Ooh, quick hands there by Wooden, almost took it away.
Another shot clock issue here. It looks to be, hopefully they'll get fixed pretty soon. Team here doing their best to keep the shot clock going.
So it's Leung now, bounce pass to Castillo. Castillo puts it in the lane. Hand check there, and they're going to say it was the shot's not going to count. It was before the bucket, and it'll be side out. I'll be actually right underneath for the Bearcats.
If there's one way to get your momentum going, David, it's going to be aggressive, get in the paint, draw some contact, and earn your points at the free throw line to get your feel for the net going in the first game of the season.
Already the second team foul for the Rams.
Walbro proving to be a bit of a problem on the defensive boards for the Bearcats. It's a big body trying to get and keep her contained.
Ooh, nice find there from Lopez to Leung, and she's able to lay it in. Yeah, to your point. Ooh, nice. Oh, almost intercepted as it's up ahead to Wooden. McCray almost got her hand in there. But to your point, Eddie, yeah, I mean, the Bearcats have historically had some problems with bigger centers. Luckily, they haven't allowed her to catch the ball too close to the basket. So now it's Greenwald looking for options, finds Wooden on the inside, trying to go even further to Simmons. And that ball is knocked away. Excuse me, check that. That's number 2, Cheyenne Parker, who checked into the game. Castillo, almost traveled there. Gave it off to Baccarella, outside to Castillo. Castillo turns over Parker. Shot no good, and I don't think that's the shot Coach Petrosos wanted, though, there in that situation.
Yeah, he's talking aggressiveness, and the Rams keep trying to test this Bearcat transition defense. Previously, no luck, and once again, a turnover. Just a bit of an overshot there.
They did, and the Bearcats have had an issue, though, in the early going of letting someone leak out kind of behind the defense. I think they had Parker. It was just a little too much mustard on that one.
That's right.
So now Lopez brings it across the timeline into the front court. Lopez going right to the lane. She gets fouled up and no good, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2. Nice play there by Brianna Lopez.
Brianna Lopez looking to take it into her own hands, getting aggressive there, knowing that, like we mentioned before, the shots aren't falling from outside. It's how you're going to start your season. Get aggressive. Set the tone. Set the pace. Let them know you're not just going to settle for a 3 every possession down.
So for us, checked in the Rams lineup. 2 shots for number 11, Brianna Lopez.
And Lopez knocks down the first.
We spoke about Leung a little bit earlier, but another person that can really bring that offensive spark is Brianna Lopez. We've seen it last season. We know she's capable of it.
So off on the second, it's going to be a jump ball, and it's going to stay with the Bearcats. Baruch able to really get an extra possession there.
Good fight there from Baccarella. With the undersized Bearcats, like you mentioned earlier, getting there and getting an offensive rebound is huge off a missed free throw.
Lopez looking for options. Finds McCray underneath her shot. Blocked from behind. I think that was Simmons with the big hand, and now it's, Greenwald into the front court.
Good look by the Bearcats. Just couldn't finish with good defense from the Rams.
Parker now has it, looking for options. Kicks it outside to Simmons. Ball swung around to Wooden. Correction, that's Simmons. It was Wooden to Simmons. And Simmons able to go in strong and lay it in off the glass.
Great defense from Leung, keeping her hands straight up, but Wooden powered through.
And it's going to be another touch foul here for the Rams. Already their 4th and a little bit less than halfway through the first quarter.
That pesky defense is proving to be an issue, not only for the Bearcats, but for the Rams as well now. 4 fouls.
Castillo has it now on the Bearcats symbol. Parker out on her. Oop, another hand check. As Castillo hits the deck.
With Bahalski,
she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
With Bahalski out of the game, Cheyenne Parker takes the assignment of Mia Castillo, and 1 possession down proves to be no match. A quick foul to try and keep her from getting aggressive. Heads back to the free throw line.
And if you're Coach Della Cave, you can't be very happy with the team already going into the bonus here. 5:28 remaining here in the first as Castillo's off on the first free throw.
Looks like Mia's a little bit unsettled at the moment. Can't seem to get to her spots the way she wants to, so finding some rhythm here is going to be huge.
As she knocks down the second.
Only 1 field goal made with 5.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter for the Bearcats.
Good D there as Castillo comes away with it, and she'll have an easy lay-in.
The full court press, very beneficial for the Bearcats there. Mia Castillo got a perfect read, saw they were under pressure, and decided to leave her assignment to get an easy steal off a pressure pass.
And Coach Della Cave wants to talk things over, so it'll be a 30-second timeout for the Rams. But to your point a moment ago, Eddie, Mia really just needs to get a bit into rhythm. The easiest way to do that is easy transition baskets.
You know, the saying goes, David, defense leads to offense, and it seems like Mia now is getting a feel for the game as a whole, not only looking to score, but also making an impact on the defensive end. Just to play earlier, she had a quick gamble that almost really paid off. Thankfully didn't result in a bucket for the Rams, but you can see she's really buying in on the defensive end early on.
So both teams break the huddle here. It's going to be the same 5 here for the Bearcats, as they'll set up here in the full court press, really trying to just create some turnovers, defense to offense.
We've seen backdoor cuts and movement off ball be very beneficial and reward the Bearcats. Let's see if they decide to do more of that.
They're going to get Castillo on the first foul of the season, actually, for the Bearcats. As Castillo comes away with the steal and lays it in with the right hand.
Buying into the defensive end. Once again, the full court press. The Rams don't know if they can handle it. Close to 5 seconds now.
And it is a 5 seconds, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats. And Baruch just creating all types of havoc here on the defensive end for the Rams.
The spark they needed, not on offense, but on defense. 2 straight steals and layups for Mia Castillo.
Inbound now to McCray, outside to Lopez. Leung cutting, now gives it Baccarella baseline. Baccarella open jumper, shot a little too strong. No good, and it's going to be rebounded there by Wooden.
Good box out by Wooden there.
So Parker has it up top. Castillo draped all over her. Seforus now inside to Wooden, outside, near side 3 from the Rams. Oh, that rattles home. Nice shot there by Greenwald. Castillo splits a couple of defenders. Bearcats got a 3-on-1. Ooh, a late pass there off the hand of Lopez, and it's going to go back into the waiting hands of the Rams. And you maybe hear Coach Katrozis, he wanted that pass just a bit earlier from Castillo.
Messy transition defense leads to a wide open corner 3.
Just a bit long there by Simmons. And it's going to go back to the Bearcats.
The 5'5" Greenwald showing off her range there on that previous 3. No hesitation. Good pass from Wooden.
Ooh, nice find there. And first bucket of the season from Madison Thornton Lewis. And it's going to be a turnover on the other end. End-to-end action here at the Arc Arena here in the first quarter.
Looked like Precious Mitchell there, David, actually, with the wide open layup. So many eyes on Mia Castillo. She's able to slip by for an easy layup.
And now it'll be the Rams giving the Bearcats a dose of the full court press as Castillo brings it into the front court. Anaya Lloyd, who just checked into the game, if she gets hit with her first foul, trying to contain Castillo, and it'll be Castillo who go to the bench, go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Continuing to stay aggressive, continuing to put the pressure on. That lead dwindling down for the Rams. It's 12-10 now.
After a 7-0 start, Baruch responds with a 10-5 run.
And Liliana Morales checks into the game for the first time in her young career. Freshman 5'6" out of Brooklyn.
Castillo knocks down the first, looking to tie the game here from the charity stripe. And good on the second. 12-12, 3:52 remaining here in the first. Ooh. Lopez gambled, trying to get the ball from Greenwald there, and it's going to go into the front court. Greenwald spins back behind the back dribble. They're going to say Mitchell got a little too handsy, and it's going to be side out for the Rams. Third team foul here on the Bearcats.
Albro checking back into the game. Let's see if the freshman Liliana Morales can handle a big body, try and get steal some defensive boards, maybe some offensive boards as well.
And I don't know her game very well, but I've been very surprised that Coach Delacave has not just set up Walbro in the post and see if she can go to work. She's going to have 5 to 6 inches on anybody that's guarding her.
Thinking the same thing, David. It's unless there's something they know we don't, it seems like such a clear advantage. But now, the same way it benefits them, benefits us. We can shoot out on the wing, keep the defensive paint wide open.
Castillo crossover jumper, no good. And it's going to go back to the Rams. It looked like it touched the Rams last, but the referees don't agree, and it'll be Rams ball in front of their own bench.
Let's see if Coach decides to use Morales has a bit of a stretch 5 here to keep the paint open for Castillo.
So it's Simmons. She gets double teamed over to Greenwald. Greenwald able to get it into the front court on the far side wing. Looking for options. Lloyd popped out. Instead, it's Simmons again. Entry pass into Walbro. Nice stop there by Morales. But Lloyd able to regroup. Now inside to Walbro. Fadeaway jumper. Shot a little too strong. No good. And Mitchell on the rebound. Now over to Lopez. She's going to bring it into the front court. Goes past DeForest. DeForest reaches in, and then it said Lopez to the free throw line.
Right on cue, David. They got Walbro set up in the paint. But Morales proved to be a tough assignment for Walbro as she deflected the first pass and forced a miss on the second. Good defense out of the freshman.
And Lopez knocks down the first. Yeah, I mean, to your point, yeah, forced a quick shot. So in Walbro's game, you almost thought she was going to, take it in turn because she had the space. But what her deficiencies benefit the Bearcats here. So Greenwald right into the paint. Walbro, deep elbow jumper, no good. Lopez soars for the rebound and snatches it down. Quick the other way. Lloyd trying to pick it from behind. Heads up play there by Lopez. Ooh, loose ball there. Goes through the hands of Morales, and it's going to go back to the Rams.
A late pass there by Lopez. Panicked. Give it to Morales, and a quick turnover just like that with everyone out of set.
So Leung checking back into the game as Lopez will come to the bench.
Walbro showing us a bit of everything. Post up, mid-range, even more outside there. But no points to show for it.
DeForest now in the backcourt. Splits the defender, able to get it into the front court. Turns back, looking for options. Finds Walbro at the free throw line. Inside out to Lloyd. Jab step, travel. Way too many steps there. And it'll go back to the Bearcats.
Drag that pivot foot. Gotta watch out.
She almost got overzealous, I think, a little too much. Saw she had a little bit of space. Knew what she wanted to do and just got a bit too excited sliding that foot.
The pressure from the Bearcats proving to be a problem. What was once a 7-0 lead has turned 13-12 to the Bearcats.
2:24 remaining here in the first. Leung brings it over the timeline into the front court. Being aggressive, gives it off on the baseline. Shot way too strong, though. And it'll be the Rams who come away with it. Greenwald into the front court. Ooh, nice Euro step against Leung, but couldn't finish with the right hand. And it's going to stay with the Rams underneath.
$1 million move, 5-cent finish there. Really pretty and unexpected, to be honest with you. Went right around Leung, which smoked the layup.
Wide open on the entry pass. Simmons, near side three, around and out, no good. And it'll be the Bearcats who come away with it. Bearcats a bit fortunate on that one as Simmons was able to squeak free. Nice move there by Castillo at the free throw line. Ooh, too strong. And it'll be Lloyd who comes away with that rebound. And it'll be Greenwald to walk it up for the Rams.
We like the aggressiveness, and maybe get a little bit more set with your shot there. Looked like she was still moving while she took the shot.
Walbro now, entry pass inside. Wooden turns. Looks like she fought through some contact. They're going to call a jump ball, and it's going to stay with the Rams.
The size for the Rams is proving to be an issue for the Bearcats. Walbro and Wooden both on the floor, with the Bearcats' tallest player being Mitchell. Gives up an offensive rebound.
Now be Wooden up top. Check that, Simmons. And they're going to call a foul up top. It's going to be on number 14, Thornton Lewis. That's going to be her first.
A ticky-tack foul, in my opinion, David. Looked like she was playing good defense, but nonetheless, side out.
I feel like the refs have been consistent here, though, in the early going in terms of what they're going to call. So if that's the barometer that's been set, I think both teams just need to start play in that. I mean, obviously, we've seen, especially with the Rams foul trouble here in the first quarter, they're going to call the hand check.
Agreed, David. Forgive me for being a little bit biased there. Mia Castillo definitely has her fair share of free throws, and a good block there.
Ooh. From our angle, it looked like ball, but the referee underneath going to call that one. That's going to be Castillo's second.
Mia clearly upset by that. I thought it was all ball as well with our angle here. But good defense, not letting up in the paint and letting it just be a free roll to the basket. Instead, Mia stepping in, taking a good shot.
We don't have the luxury of instant replay here courtside, as it'll be Greenwald who knocks down the first.
With a minute 17 left in this first, I think we get a feel for who the focal point for the Rams offense is going to be. Looking like Greenwald and Walbro.
And the three there is good on the far side. And it's going to be 16-13 lead now for the Rams. Bounce pass inside. Inside out to Castillo. Castillo again. Mitchell near side. Baseline jumper, no good. Castillo, Mitchell gets her own rebound. Bounce pass near side to Leung. And she drags the pivot foot. Actually, check it. She didn't put the ball on the deck quick enough, and it's going to go back to the Rams.
Really good possession out of the Bearcats. First miss, fight for the offensive rebound, and set up a second possession. Looked like they all felt a little rushed, though. Leung especially, as she went to run to the paint before she put the ball down on the floor.
And I know in the early going, we talked about the height mismatch. Credit to the Bearcats as they're only -1 on the rebound differential.
We hear it from Coach, play defense. And I agree. We saw it a few plays ago. The full court press was a huge issue for the Rams, and all of a sudden they're not seeing it anymore. Must be a huge sigh of relief, and they're probably wondering why they don't see it either.
So Simmons now has an entry pass into Wooden. Shot no good, too short, and the Bearcats come away with the rebound. So now Leung quickly the other way. Going to go right into the paint, kicks it out. Ooh, Mitchell Matta had a look. Castillo now puts one dribble. She's fouled underneath, and it's going to be Castillo at the line to shoot two.
The next assignment up, Brianna Amenta trying to stop Mia Castillo with no success as she heads to the free throw line for it seems like the fourth time now. The aggressiveness proving to be a problem for the Rams.
Castillo knocks down the first 4 of 5 from the free throw line here in the early going.
Hoping to see that full court press with a little bit more energy on this next possession down, assuming Castillo makes his free throw.
And I think it makes sense with 22.2 seconds left. And you might get your wish here, Eddie, as Castillo almost as a floater instead of guarding the ball. And that's what you want there. Walbrolt to get it. But now it's back to Amenta. Amenta quickly double teamed, looking for options. Ooh, almost threw that away. Instead, it's going to be Wooden. Lays it in hard. Simmons lays it in hard. Shot no good. She got fouled on the way up and will go to the line to shoot two.
They had the Rams. Precious looked like she was sitting back just a little bit and allowed for Walbro to get the ball there and push it up court. If she played a little bit more up on this, she could have forced a turnover. Maybe she got out of bounds. Once the full court press broke down, wide open layup for Simmons.
And the first shot around and out. Baruch will be able to hold for the final possession after this next free throw. And good on the second. It's a 2-point lead for the Rams. Castillo will walk it up. 10 seconds remaining here in the first. Amenta out on her. Ooh, Castillo almost loses it. Gets fouled on the way. Ooh, that's going to be a burn. And she'll go to the line to shoot two.
There's a big screen from McCray on Amenta. Got her to fall down, and the only way to keep up with Castillo was to grab her because everybody hit the floor. And more free throws for Castillo. I mean, the aggressiveness and the team knowing where to get the ball, when to get the ball, keeping us in this game.
4.5 remaining. Castillo here at the line, opportunity to tie. And rattles home the first.
David, I can't remember the last time Castillo went into the paint and didn't get fouled. Looks like the Rams don't have anybody to handle her.
She's been living at the free throw line here in the first, as she's good on the second. 17 all. And it's Lloyd. 2 seconds, 1 second, half court heave, way short. And that will do it for the first quarter of the season here at the Arc Arena for the Lady Bearcats. It's 17 for the Rams, 17 for the Bearcats. And exciting end-to-end stuff here, Eddie, in the first quarter.
We're seeing it's almost like a heartbeat here with the Bearcats. Energy's high, energy's low. The defense, I think, is what's going to be the most important here in the second half, David. That full court press that we saw, it had the Rams confused, very out of whack. They had nowhere to get set. And any time that the Bearcats really put on enough pressure, it almost always resulted in a turnover.
And if you want more Bearcats basketball, be here at the Arc Arena on Wednesday. It's the men tip-off in a doubleheader succeeding the women here at the Arc Arena. So a nice women's-men's doubleheader and really right back to the full swing of the basketball season. 2 games here in the first week of the season.
Looking forward to it, David. The men's team We mentioned it during the offseason. After their championship, we had to say goodbye to a lot of graduate and senior players. It's looking like just about a whole new team for the Baruch Bearcats on the men's side. Very curious to see how coach decides to handle all these new personalities.
So it'll be the women at 5:30. They'll play the United States Merchant Marine Academy. And then the men will host the College of Old Westbury at 7:30. So if you're on campus or you can tune in at 5:30. Get 4 hours of nonstop basketball.
Looking forward to it, David.
So both teams break the huddle here, 17-17. And the story really of the first half, I would say the Bearcats getting to the free throw line almost at will, starting from about 5.5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter.
The concern, though, if the Rams decide not to foul Mia Castillo on every drive, where is the offense going to come from?
Ooh, nice find there from Castillo as Lopez gets it to drop and one. And that'll send her to the line for a chance at the old school three-point play. Wow, what a bounce there for the shot from Brianna Lopez.
And there's our answer, David. As I say, where's the offense going to come from? Mia Castillo threads the needle to Lopez for a nice finish and one.
Can't hit the free throw, but Baccarella able to rip down the board. Ball swung around the perimeter. Castillo, left wing three, wide open, a little too strong. Fighting for her own rebound. It's going to go off the Rams last, and it'll stay with the Bearcats. And it's been great hustle here so far in the opening 20 seconds from Baruch.
What a way to come out of the huddle. High energy, Baccarella with a huge rebound. Castillo chasing her own miss and forcing the Rams to make a mistake. One more possession.
Inbound to Leung. She'll pull it back out onto the far side wing. Baccarella baseline. Gives it over to Leung. Leung puts it on the deck. Step back jumper. And she knocks it down from the mid-range.
There's Leung with her first points, field goal of the night, rather. Showing us why she could be a focal point of this offense along with Castillo.
So Menta now over to Greenwald up top. Greenwald behind the back dribble. Gives it over to Menta. Now it's Pahalski. Looking for options. Trying to get it inside. Ball probably tipped by Baccarella.
Good defense by the Bearcats with the pressure.
Ooh, Leung trying to find it. It was McCray underneath. A little overzealous. She left her feet, forcing that turnover as now it's Pahalski on the near side. Cross-court pass. Wooden on the far side. Gives it over to Greenwald. Her three too strong. McCray on the rebound. Ooh, turns it right over to the waiting hands of Pahalski. She can't finish. And Lopez comes away with the rebound. A lot of mistakes for both teams right now, as it's going to be an offensive foul. How? I have tons of questions. It was shoulder-to-shoulder contact.
It looked to me, David, like Lopez went out of her typical path to the basket to initiate the contact nowhere near the lane, and that caused the ref to call the offensive foul. Did look like a play on the basketball.
Well, clearly I'm wrong, because when the coach is not upset about the foul call, then and the player understands it as well. And I am in the minority on this one. Ooh, as legs between Baccarella and Pahalski almost got tied up. It's Lloyd into the lane. Shot too short, no good off right rim. And Castillo comes away with the rebound.
Up, down, and out there, David. Castillo pushing hard. Another beauty of a pass.
Ooh, shot no good there by Baccarella. Ball's loose on the deck.
I think you and I can both sense it here, David. Now the offense feels rushed. Everything about their play feels rushed. On the defensive end previously and just there, Baccarella had a wide open shot with a great pass, and she rushed it. Came up short, hit the bottom of the rim there.
It almost felt like maybe she didn't necessarily know her positioning underneath the basket as well, how deep she was. As now Castillo, floater in the lane, gets that one to drop off back iron.
A mean jab step out of Castillo. Got the Rams off their footing. Easy floater.
And so it's Pahalski now up ahead to Lloyd. Lloyd kind of finding that middle area of the zone, near side pass, mid-range jumper, and that's good on the near side of Menta's first basket of the night.
Good idea initially to double the offensive player on the Rams, but Precious Mitchell committing too much in the full court press, left her man wide open.
Ooh, nice crossover there by Castillo, leaving some ankles in her wake as Baccarella's shot. A little strong, no good. Mitchell able to run that down. Leung straight on three. She'll pull. Shot off right iron, no good. Ball still loose on the deck. It's Castillo who comes away with it. They're going to say it's a kick ball against the Bearcats, and it's going to go back to the Rams. The Rams getting a little fortunate on that play.
Regardless of the outcome there, David, more fight from the Bearcats on the rebounding side of it.
So Baruch still setting up in the full court press. It's going to be Pahalski who walks it across the midcourt. Looking for options, hands it off to Greenwald on the Bearcat symbol. Amenta now has it on the far side wing. Gives it inside to Wooden. Wooden gets that ripped out of her hands there from Precious Mitchell. And it's going to be Leung the other way for Baruch.
Great read from Mitchell, knowing exactly where the ball was going to end up. Got her hands right in there for an easy strip.
Castillo, nice step back jumper. That's been her move all night. Ooh, but you can't, it's hard to follow it up with that shot there after the crossover looks so good. And it's going to be a 30-second for timeout for Coach Petrozos and the Bearcats as they lead by 4, 23-19. A little bit more than 3 minutes gone. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting.
We saw a couple really nice moves out of Castillo there, shaking up her defenders left and right, but something about it, like I mentioned earlier, feels rushed. I mean, yeah, Castillo gets a wide open shot. No need to really force it. Take your time. But first one to miss and the second one an air ball, really out of character for Castillo, don't you think?
Yeah, and to your point about the rush, I mean, I think they're already set up defensively, the Rams. You have no need to push the tempo at that point. Set up your offense, and we've seen some of Baruch's best play either come from waiting deeper into the shot clock, finding that open shot. I think specifically a lot of those baseline jumpers we've seen, and Leung also in the mid-range. And then also, and if not, then you go to the lane, and you've been living at the free throw line in the first quarter.
And for the Bearcats, you're not happy with the pace. It doesn't mean that you have to keep following Rams' suit. Set your own pace with a full court football Hail Mary.
And Leung able to be the one who intercepts that. Oh, so again, early in the shot clock, and I get it, you have numbers, but forcing the pass to Baccarella, and that leads to an easy layup from Denise Wooden.
It looked like the pass came off the palm or maybe the wrist of Leung. Just got away from her there.
And draped all over Castillo was number 20, Mia Simmons.
I mean, we're seeing it the entire game. It seems like nobody can guard Mia Castillo without putting their hands all over her. So you mentioned it, and I think it's going to have to be the recipe for success here. With a 2-point lead, get aggressive and continue to push the pace. Draw some fouls.
So now Castillo into the free throw line, crossover move. Oh, what a find there. To McCray underneath, and one! High off the glass. And you know, we say don't push it, and then you have some really great opportunities like that, or don't go early in the shot clock, and then you find some really nice opportunities to one of your bigs underneath.
David, I don't know if I saw that right. I don't know if that went between somebody's legs or not, but that was a pretty pass nonetheless. And McCray there scraping the top of the backboard. I don't even know if it hit it at all. To drop.
From my angle, and granted I don't have the best eyesight, but from my angle, I think she split two defenders. But either way, a beautiful bounce pass there from Castillo. We've really seen her turn facilitator here in the second quarter.
Which is typically Leung's role, but Castillo's shown she can do it all.
She's got 2 assists, 2 boards, and 13 points, leading all scorers tonight, does Mia Castillo.
Greenwald taking some advice from Castillo's play, drives into the lane and gets fouled immediately. Baccarella with the foul.
And Greenwald knocks down the first.
Now, I don't think that's something we've seen out of the Rams thus far. I mean, they've taken layups, but they've all really been through transition or wide open. They haven't decided to get aggressive.
Shot no good, but it's going to be Simmons on the rebound. Nope, it goes out of bounds, and it'll go back to the Bearcats. Initially a nice hustle play, and hard to corral that one, and she steps on the near side line.
Mia Simmons with a big board, but they kept pressure by the Bearcats to get her forced all the way to the sideline. She didn't know where she was, stepped right out of bounds.
And I'll say year over year, that's one of the things I've been most impressed by this Bearcats team. When you get in the corner, they quickly go to the trap because then they use those two sidelines as third and fourth defenders.
That's right. And we're seeing it now. As that shot's not going to count, the Rams are bringing a double to Castillo on every time she gets the ball. It's like a tandem of Simmons and Wooden, making other players beat him.
So Leung checking back into the game, as does Lloyd for the Rams.
Now, your initial thoughts of Castillo getting doubled is, all right, some more of those backdoor cuts and passes that she's done earlier. They should be even more wide open. Let's see if that develops here.
So now Greenwald into the front court.
The Bearcats are going to double over their own. Mia's putting it in her own hands.
Now Lloyd over to Wooden on the far side. Wooden puts it on the deck. Nice crossover move in the lane. Going in strong, no good. And that's going to be a foul on Mitchell as Wooden hits the deck.
A good move crossover from Wooden. We mentioned it earlier. If the Rams just had to get aggressive here, they're going to start drawing their own fouls. Seems like they're picking up the idea that if we get in the paint, the refs are calling it this light, we can get our own free throws.
Now Wooden off on the first.
Shaking her head. She knows she had that one.
Wooden last year only a 53% free throw shooter, so real opportunity for the Bearcats as just to keep pace goes 1 of 2 to Wooden.
Freshman Morales checks back into the game for Precious Mitchell. Looks like no one's got Liliana Morales right now.
Now to be Castillo here on the near side. Pass to Leung on the far side wing. Morales working on Walbro. Nope, too many steps, and it's going to go back to the Rams. Baruch leads 25-23, coming in on the midway point of the second quarter.
Happy feet, David. Everyone gets really excited when they get the ball. First Leung, now Morales with a quick step before the ball hits the floor.
So it'll be Greenwald. Nice behind the back dribble. Inside to Walbro, working on Morales. Fadeaway jumper from Walbro, too short. And if I'm Coach Delacave, I want her to attack the basket.
I agree there.
Again, 6 inches she has over her nearest defender.
Leung almost gets tackled by Greenwald, no call. Now Lopez hits the deck. Bodies are hitting the floor.
Lopez throws it away. Nope, Leung able to keep it alive. Castillo wide open, straight on 3. Shot too strong. Ball still loose, and it'll be Walbro who comes away with it. And now Greenwald's into the front court.
Absolute chaos on that offensive possession. Somehow ended up in a wide open 3 for Castillo. Couldn't cash in.
Wooden now has it into the deck, into the lane, and one. And she's able to get that one to slowly drop. And that gets the Farmingdale State fans out of their seats.
Wooden getting ultra aggressive now. You have to think that the Bearcats use that to their advantage and draw a charge. I mean, she lowered her shoulder and sent it directly into the defender's chest.
But honestly, at 5'10", I think that's what you'd want to see if you're the Rams, right? You want to see some of your bigs be a bit aggressive against this Bearcat team. But Bearcats have been able to keep up with it well so far. Nice move by them to Morales. Under her hand, scoop layup, no good. And it'll be Greenwald who comes out of the pack with it for the Rams.
Good move, no finish. Now here's the worries from transition defense for the Bearcats. Looks like they got it settled down.
Walbro now inside. Ooh, nice turn move. She's fouled on the way up and will go to the line to shoot 2. I think Morales, again, playing good D there. If I'm Baruch, I'm letting Walbro shoot from anywhere that's not a layup. That's at this point. I mean, if she's not going to go aggressive to the basket, because every time she catches the ball, it's back to the basket. And then she's not turning to face the basket, so let her do a step away, fade away, floater, jump shot. Until she can show that she can start hitting it, I'll live with those baskets.
Agreed, and you can use that to your advantage even more so. She's shown no initiative to take it into your chest. So play up on her. She's not going to drive by you, at least not from what we've seen so far.
They're going to say it's a lane violation against the Bearcats, and you saw it here. Looked like Baruch a little overzealous trying to get into the lane. And to your point, if I'm Coach Delacave, I'm telling Walbro, get into the semicircle underneath, and that's where I want you catching the ball. Everything should be a turn layup. It shouldn't be a turn step, turn fade away.
And she's getting those turn fadeaways wide open, but if you're not going to hit them, what's telling you that you can't take those wide open layups that are inevitably going to come your way if you back down someone like Leong or Morales?
And it works out great for the Bearcats as they'll live with those shots. And clearly, Walbro not the most efficient from the free throw line. Crossover move there from Castillo. Free throw line jumper. No good. It's going to be Lopez on the rebound. Leong straight on three. Ooh, off right rim. No good. It'll be Simmons who comes away with that. Nice box out there by Simmons to keep the pesky McCray at bay. And it'll be Wooden into the front court.
I anticipate another aggressive post up here from Wooden. Paint defense proving to be a problem for the Bearcats.
And correction, that was Wooden on the rebound. Not Simmons, as the free throw there by Lloyd is no good. A bit of an errant shot there. Ooh, nice hustle play by Lloyd. Oh, Leong getting the ball quickly out of her hands now as Lopez. Floater in the lane. Shot no good, but she's fouled on the way up and will go to the line to shoot two.
Now, good move by Lopez, don't get me wrong. And coach is telling her, Madison Thornton-Lewis wide open in the corner. Lopez had her eyes tunnel vision on the hoop. Luckily got bailed out by the foul.
And Lopez knocks down the first. A surprisingly, 50-50 Farmingdale State crowd tonight.
I was thinking the same thing. The Rams Nation making themselves felt in the Arc Arena.
They travel well as the second free throw line from Lopez is no good. It's 26-all with 3 minutes remaining here in the half. As Greenwald, she had an open lane to the basket and lost it on the way up to the Bearcats, benefit, yeah, as it'll go back to Baruch. But Greenwald just drove past everybody and had a clean look.
From my angle, Greenwald looked like even she was surprised at how wide open she was, took her eyes off the ball for 1 second and went straight out of bounds.
Castillo puts it on the deck. Elbow jumper, shot no good, and Greenwald able to rip it down.
She's getting all the looks she wants, David. I mean, she's open on every single crossover jumper that she's taken.
Ooh, errant shot there by Wooden, and now Castillo can push it, has numbers. Up ahead to McCray, lays it in with the right hand. Baruch lead by 2.
And if your buckets aren't going to come in the set offense, Castillo, she knows push the pace and get those wide open layups that came so easy in the first quarter.
Now Simmons has it, takes the pick from Wooden. A little bit of a moving screen if you ask me. Shot from Simmons, no good. Ball's loose, Greenwald able to get the rebound. Shot no good, Lopez on the foul, and that'll send Greenwald to the line to shoot 2.
No box out of Lopez, and then add harm to it, hitting Greenwald on the arm on her shot.
So it's going to be a 30-second timeout for Coach Mark Delacave and Farmingdale State as they'll come back into the game shooting 2 here as the most recent foul from Lopez.
It seems like what the Rams have decided to do is, and I think we've seen this difference in the first quarter into the second, those threes that they were taking earlier, well, now they're feeding it into people like Wooden and Walbro, getting in the paint, forcing up what should be much easier shots, some of them not falling. But for Wooden specifically, she drives in right side about just every single time, lowers her shoulder, and takes a layup. Now, if you're the Bearcats, you can't just keep trying to play that face up because she's proven that she can get the shot off. You're not able to block it. So either set yourself for a charge because she's not looking to pass that ball or get to her spot first.
Juan Lu waiting to check into the game as it'll be Greenwald at the line to shoot 2 and an opportunity to tie the game. 2:03 remaining here in the first half.
Polk Wan Lu, freshman 5'5", also out of Brooklyn, looking to make her debut on the season.
And the first one goes down for the Rams. And good on the second.
Polk Wan Lu checking in for Lopez.
One of 4 freshmen on the team this year.
Coach unhappy with Lopez's effort there, giving up the rebound and the foul.
Ooh, Thornton Lewis shot no good. Near side rebound, though, goes off the Rams last, and it'll be Baruch's basketball right in front of the Rams bench.
Walbro, big body, but bad hands there. The rebound roll right off her fingertips.
Now Juan Lu has it. Swung around the perimeter over to Thornton Lewis. 3-ball there. She rattles it home. A big 3 there. And Baruch lead 31-28. Nice offensive set, though, there from the Bearcats.
Thornton Lewis looked to relocate, and Juan Lu saw her, know exactly where she was going. Set her up right. Breadbasket pass for a wide open 3.
So Greenwald now has it up top, calling out the offense. It's Simmons. Takes the place of Greenwald. Now Lloyd. Wooden on the interior. She'll turn. Face McCray. Too many steps. And it's going to go back to the Bearcats. And the Bearcats have an opportunity here. Build a little bit of cushion going into the half.
Now Wooden seemed like rinse and repeat there. This time she's got a little too excited. Driving into the paint.
Ooh, nice find there. Ooh, McCray.
And the same can be said.
Just a little bit.
The same can be said about McCray there. Got a little too excited. She was surprised at how open she was. What a great pass.
The 3 there on the far side from Simmons. No good. Ball still loose. Wall brawl able to pick it up. Straight on there from Wooden. Shot no good. And it'll be Castillo who comes down with it.
Wooden showing her range. Now another pass from Castillo to McCray.
And one. No, they're going to say she took too many steps. And it's going to go back to the Rams. And the Rams getting bailed out by an unforced error there from the Bearcats.
Tough call from the refs there. You can't blame McCray. Dropped the pass right into her arms. She could only have so much room to take the layup. I'm surprised she even got called there.
33 seconds remaining here in the first half. Baruch lead 31-28. Offensive foul there. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be on wall brawl. Yep, it will be on the screen, and it'll go back to the Bearcats as Juan Lu hit the deck.
Walbro looking to roll off the screen. Used to a bigger body defending her, but now with Juan Lu on her, she pushed right off, and Juan Lu hit the deck.
And so Baruch can hold for the final shot as Lloyd is out on Castillo. Castillo out on the center symbol, goes left wing. Circles back, turns. And Leung going baseline. Jumper, shot short, no good. And that will do it for the first half as Wooden comes down with that final rebound. But a lot left to be desired there, Eddie, at the end of the first half. You know, you had a couple opportunities when it was on the offensive end. It was McCray who I think took the travel and also missed the layup. So a couple opportunities there for Baruch on transition offense to really stretch this a bit here at the end of the first half.
Now, with as well as the Bearcats are playing, you'd think it'd be a bit of a bigger lead there. I don't know what got into me. I looked up at the scoreboard. Now they're only up 3. With all those free throws, it's hard to understand why the Rams are so in it. But from plays like from Wooden driving in, Walbro setting up the offense with their big screens, getting some open looks for people like Greenwald and Pahalski in the beginning of the game.
So after 2 quarters of action, it's Baruch 31, Rams 28. We'll step aside here. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting.
more of the same what we saw towards the end of the first quarter and beginning of the second quarter to keep that energy up.
Yeah, to your point, Castillo 7 of 8 from the free throw line, 3 of 12 from the field, so we've really done most of her damage from the charity stripe. So it'll be Rams ball to start things off here in the second half on the far side. Gemma Pahalski to check it in. And it'll be Greenwald up top. Lopez all over her. Lloyd gets the start here in the second half. Now over to Wooden. Took too many steps. She knew it when she did it. And it'll go back to the Bearcats. So solid first 9 seconds for Baruch.
Greenwald sent a really nice flare screen there for Wooden, and she got set up for a wide open three. Just couldn't finish because she got excited.
So it'll be Leung inside to Baccarella. Puts it on the deck. Has Lopez at the free throw line. Floater inside the lane. Gets it to go. Offensive foul. Nice play there by number 20, Mia Simmons. Took it right in the chest. Lopez one dribble, went right up with it. And maybe the key there was just to go up with it and ignore the dribble.
The Bearcats broke down the defense perfectly there, and Lopez ended up with a wide open floater, but seemed like tunnel vision towards the hoop is proving to be a bit of a problem for her.
Now Pahalski in the lane. Looking for options. Finds Greenwald. Lloyd now on the near side. Pahalski up top. Puts it on the deck over to Simmons. Simmons in the lane. Nice move there. Up and over. Able to get it past Baccarella and lay it in. Baccarella wanted a call. Nothing doing.
Simmons felt Baccarella riding her hip, and she just said, well, if you're going to put all that pressure on me, I'll use it against you. Take her momentum the other way. Good Euro step there.
So now Castillo gets the handoff from McCray on the far side. Nice find underneath. McCray a little too strong. And it'll be the Rams who come away with it. Up ahead to Wooden. Wooden puts it on the deck, looking for options. Has Lloyd. Cross-court pass now to Pahalski. Pahalski inside to Wooden. Wooden one dribble. Puts it up. Shot and the foul. And she'll go to the line. Opportunity to make it a 2-point lead for the Rams.
Now we're seeing more of the same from the Rams in the last half. In the previous half, Wooden got in the paint and did what she wanted, including getting the foul calls. Now Castillo matched up on her, proved no match. Castillo not fit to guard someone like Wooden there.
Wooden 13 points on 5 of 9 from the field, an opportunity to get her 14th.
Now in that previous play, McCray got the ball on a great feed from Castillo, but rushed the shot. And I think these bigs in the paint of the Rams are really proving to put the pressure on McCray and others to get the shots up quick, otherwise they're going to get blocked.
So a 3-point play there from Wooden, and now it'll be Castillo. She's picked up by Lloyd, full length of the court, gets it into the front court. Leung, pump fake, puts it on the deck, bounce pass outside. Thornton Lewis, near side three, shot too strong, no good. Lloyd chases it down on the far side. Baccarella picks her up. Now it's up to Greenwald on the far side. Greenwald going to pull a three around and out, no good. Ball's batted around, loose. And Leung able to rip it away. Leung at 4'11", she checks in at, able to come down the rebound, rise up through a sea of bodies. Ooh, nice play there by McCray with the left hand spin move, and I'd love to see some more of that.
Making up for her previous blunder there, a nice one dribble post up left-handed.
Bounce pass inside to Lloyd, open layup on the back door. Baruch trail by 2, 35-33, a little bit more than 2 minutes gone here in the third quarter. It's Leung here in the front court.
Seems like there's a lack of focus going on here, David.
That's going to be a travel from McCray, and it's going to go back to the Rams.
Speaking of which, it's the little things here. McCray first felt rushed on her shot. Next felt rushed on the pass. Got to settle in here coming out of the locker room and feel confident with your team's ability to execute.
And maybe we blame it on early season basketball here, Eddie, but 31 turnovers combined between the two teams.
Talk about taking off the rust.
Shot no good. Ooh. Wow, what a play. Pahalski misses a three on one side, races to the far side, able to throw it off Thornton Lewis, and it's going to go back to the Rams.
Thornton Lewis watched that ball take 1 or 2 bounces to go out of bounds. She could have just grabbed it and saved herself a bad look. Pahalski credit, though. She ran across the whole court to get that ball.
Greenwald now has it, looking for options. Pahalski on the screen. Hand off to Pahalski, far side wing. Ball swung around. It's Wooden. Three near side, no good. Again, Pahalski, though, able to snatch the rebound. It's going to be a timeout, full timeout for the Bearcats and Coach Petrozos. And Eddie, if you're Coach Catrozos, you do not like what you've just seen over those last 2 defensive possessions.
No, you are not. The paint defense was hinting to be a problem in the first half, but the Bearcats got away with it. But now it seems like the halftime adjustments came in for the Rams, and they are taking full advantage of the smaller bodies in the paint for the Rams.
And I guess it's also lack of energy. I mean, you can't get beat on that ball on the far side when it gets thrown off of Thornton Lewis, and then the lackadaisical approach, as you mentioned, on the interior, it's unacceptable, I would say, from Coach Catrozos.
The little things and the details not being executed is something that we're not so used to out of this team. I think they're a very well technically sound team, and to see them not executing on both ends of the floor, giving up wide open lanes and rushing their shots and passes seems a little bit out of character for the Bearcats.
And a bit of a run here to start the third quarter, 9-2 for Farmingdale State.
We mentioned Castillo going to the free throw line a lot, 7 of 8 from the free throw line tonight. And I think something that needs to be mentioned is she's shooting 3 for 12 from the floor. Now, don't get me wrong, she's got 13 points and is leading the team, but those set shots don't seem to be falling, and sometimes, and we mentioned it earlier, getting your groove from the free throw line, layups, passing, and defense will help that offensive game open up. But it seems like the Rams are pretty content with letting Castillo shoot or even doubling her, so making others beat them.
And the ball swung around the perimeter. Leung over to Thornton Lewis. She'll pull a 3 near side. Shot too strong, no good. And they're going to say it went over the backboard. So it's going to go back to the Rams.
The Rams coming out of the timeout with a 2-3 zone, and nobody for the Bearcats went to the high post to grab the ball to break it down. Now led for an open 3 for Madison Lewis, but
and Lloyd, an errant shot on the offensive end. Castillo looking to push. Ooh, step through there by Castillo, puts it on the deck, does Leung. Far side wing into the lane. Shot no good. Offensive foul against Leung.
I don't know about that one, David. I mean, she was moving, she got in the way, and I think we can both agree Leung's not necessarily the biggest body out there to force somebody out of her way, so.
I mean, I thought that's shocking to go offensive, in my opinion. As now Simmons has it on the near side. Thornton Lewis out on her. Pahalski over to Simmons. Simmons now, free throw line, pulls it back out. Looking for options, has Greenwald. Greenwald puts it on the deck, into the lane. Nice little Euro step there. Shot too strong, no good. Ooh, Castillo able to rip around in that rebound. Simmons was coming, and now it's Castillo on the offensive end. Castillo able to go to the basket and lay it in over the outstretched arm of Gemma Pahalski. And Simmons now ahead of the pack. Oh, I don't know if she tried a behind-the-back dribble or just lost it. And it'll be McCray who came away with it over to Leung. Leung looking for options. Ooh, might have had Castillo ahead of the pack. Instead, Leung's pulling up from the free throw line and knocks it down, and we're tied here at 37.
Now, big shot from Leung there, but she had Castillo wide open in the paint, cutting for an open layup. Just missed her. And a good move there by Pahalski, putting her head down, shoulder to the chest of Castillo, and forced her to the wall for an easy layup.
So Leung now over to Thornton Lewis, far side 3. Ooh, around and out, no good. Ball's loose, batted around. It's going to be Wooden who comes away with it. She's going to push.
Nobody getting back for the Bearcats. Wide open 3 for the Rams.
And it's Pahalski on the board. Wild shot, no good. Gets her own rebound, though. She'll pull it out. Simmons into the lane. Castillo lets her go by and able to lay it in with the left hand. It was Pahalski. Excuse me, Simmons.
Excuse my French, but what an awful defensive possession out of the Bearcats. Never got set, didn't look to box out when the ball went up, and it led to 2 possessions for the Rams in an easy play. Castillo letting her walk right by.
3 here from the near side. Castillo knocks it down, and that was a shot Baruch badly needed, and it brings it back to a 1-point game.
Massive 3 from Castillo setting up in the corner.
Baruch setting up in the 2-3 zone. Ball swung around. Wooden far side 3, no good. McCray fighting for the rebound. Ball loose to the hands of Leung. Leung pushing the tempo. Over to Thornton Lewis. Open 3 there. Shot a bit short. Good box out there by Lloyd, and it's going to go back to the Rams. So nice offensive set there, but Thornton Lewis is not able to get the shot.
And we know Thornton Lewis can shoot. I hope her teammates are letting her know to keep letting that thing fly because she can knock it down for sure. Way to push the pace from Leon, getting a wide open shot for Thornton Lewis. Coach is letting her know she did a good job, but looked a little sluggish out there, needing a break.
Juan Lewis checked back into the game, her second action of the night.
So does Walbro.
It'll be near side three, no good. That was Pahalski. But another offensive board here from Amenta this time inside to Walbro. Walbro unable to get that one to go. Gets her own rebound again. Misses, gets her own rebound again. She's fouled and will go to the line to shoot two. Time and time again. Walbro getting second cracks at the apple.
The Bearcats are caught ball watching. When the ball goes up the first time when you ball watch and they get the rebound, you can't let it happen two more times. Get a body on Walbro, box her out. She's standing there, not even jumping, just putting the ball up one after another. And if you're not tall enough to get that board, look for your teammates to help you out there too. It's got to be a team effort there if you want to try and stop Walbro from getting her own home rebounds.
And Walbro knocks down the first. It's 7 of 8 from the line last year, so not a huge sample size.
Pretty good percentage though.
And off on the second. Shot blocked there. Oh! By Morales, and they're going to say she went over the back.
I don't know about that one, David. I mean, over the back maybe, but that was a clean block.
They're going to set Pahalski to the line to shoot two. And interesting enough here, Eddie, Baruch really were, the Rams were in the first quarter. Five fouls and already at 3:44 remaining, the Rams in the bonus.
While that Castillo three was huge, it feels like it's been just about all the offense this quarter. The Bearcats can't seem to get anything going.
Good on the second. It's a 4-point game. 3:44 remaining here in the third quarter. Juan Lu, oh wow, that was a wild play there. Juan Lu's pass got tipped and almost dropped right into the basket.
Rushed it or forced it or both.
And now Simmons takes too many steps, shot's no good, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats as Mitchell and Lopez check into the game.
Bearcats need to take advantage of this possession now. Big mistake out of the Rams. Down 4. Got to finish this quarter strong if you want to carry the momentum. Look for Castillo and Leon to get aggressive here.
So it's Leung at the top of the key. Hand off to Lopez. Lopez in the lane, outside to Castillo. Castillo gets hit. She falls down. No call. Able to get it off to Leung, though. Outside to Leung. Over to Castillo near side. Too many steps. And it's going to go back to the Rams.
The refs have shown that they're going to be tight with those calls. They're not going to get by with trying to get way too quick and catch defense by surprise. You're going to have to try something else there in the corner.
Nice defensive play there. Lopez getting her hand into the pass. Looking for Amenta here on the near side. So it'll stay with the Rams right in front of their own bench.
Now we're going to see Baccarella taking Walbro there. Let's see if she looks to post up, and she does.
But again, I'm okay with that at the free throw line, right? Like, Walbro really struggling to get positions. You may have tried to entertain her right now. There you go. And then maybe her best position so far of the game. Nice pass though to Amenta. No denying the results. But her best position of the game, and she decides to pass out of it.
I questioned her vision earlier to see if she can make those passes. She's proving she can. Now it's up to the Bearcats to try and take advantage on the other end.
Rook trail by 6, 30, 46, 40. They're going to say that was a 2 on the far side. And it's going to be Leung who pulls a 3 way off. Walbro able to chase down the rebound.
The aggressiveness has faded completely for the Bearcats. No one getting a foot in the paint to break down the defense. And another travel called by the refs here. They're good calls nonetheless, David, but
37 combined turnovers between the two teams.
Let's see if the Bearcats can get a foot in the paint here. Maybe a post touch or two.
That's the thing. You could pull Walbrough out of the paint. They're not leaving her in there. That's Castillo. Step back three. Shot too strong. No good. Mitchell fighting for the rebound. Walbrough. Ball's loose. Wooden's up ahead of the pack, and she's able to lay it in. Nice find there by number 11, Isabella Greenwald.
Poor transition defense there. Nobody put a body on Wooden the other way down. And that's another straight possession of no one touching the paint. Here's
Young puts it on the deck. Nice move there. Ooh, too strong. And Baruch really just needs to start hitting some of their shots. Struggling only 32% from the field.
But David, look at the shot they created just from one simple dribble into the paint. Wade left for a wide open layup. Now all you gotta do is knock it down.
Now, those are the looks you want. You draw them up at home. Or in practice, I should say. As Pahalski now outside to Amenta. 7 seconds to shoot. Walbrough free throw line jumper. Around and out, no good. Castillo runs it down.
1 minute left to go here. Got to finish the quarter strong.
Nice play there by Castillo. Too strong. McCray on the rebound. She gets fouled. Make that Mitchell, and she'll go to the line to shoot two.
Pahalski looked like a statue there as Castillo euroed right around her. Clearly the message has been don't foul Castillo, make her hit her shots, but good move nonetheless, and it sends Precious Mitchell to the free throw line.
Caught her on her heels a little bit too.
Had her hands straight up, but didn't move her feet.
Mitchell, a 57% free throw shooter last season as she knocks down the first. The other thing, we've seen Castillo play full games before, not a problem. First game of the season, is it just too much on her plate in terms of from a conditioning perspective?
Buccarella with another offensive rebound.
Castillo going to pull three. Near side wing, she knocks it down. A big possession there, a 4-point play essentially. After you had Mitchell go 1 of 2. To your point, Buccarella grabbing the rebound and Castillo hitting from the near side wing.
Big momentum shift now. And good defense out of the Bearcats.
And great play there by Lopez and Castillo. Very smart play there. I think it was by Simmons because Lopez would have had Castillo break into the basket for an easy layup.
No take fouls here, only in the NBA, so that's going to leave for a side out. But great defense, using the energy to your advantage. Keep the momentum on your side. Castillo bringing the double and forcing a really bad pass.
So Wooden checking back into the game for Farmingdale State. Simmons will come to the bench. That's Simmons' third. So third quarter winding down. Coach Delacave will have her sit down as it's Lopez now over to Castillo. Baruch can hold for the final shots. A 4-point lead for the Rams. 48-44. Plenty of time. 20 seconds on the clock. Amenta out here on Castillo.
Cheating with a double here. Wooden. Buccarella wide open on the wing.
Three there from Buccarella. Way off. Walbrough on the rebound. She can hold it. And it'll be it looks like a full court heave there to end the third quarter. Baruch, a little bit of energy there, ending it on a 4-0 run. They trail by 4 as you go to the fourth. You're watching Baruch basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting.
Now, something I noticed there, David. Wooden came into the game and immediately started cheating with a Castillo double. So she had the ball on the left wing. They waited for her to take one dribble forward, and they were going to bring the double. Castillo looked hesitant to swing the ball to Buccarella. We know she may not be the greatest shooter, but even having Buccarella get the ball and bring that second defender away from Castillo can bring it back and reset the offense and get her a fresh look. So let's see if they can adjust there and try and get Castillo going again, because that momentum was huge to go down 4 starting the fourth quarter.
Because I think what Castillo liked at that final possession is you have a Menta on her, which we've seen so far in limited minutes, granted. Not the matchup that Farmingdale State really wants. Castillo's had her way in that matchup. However, to your point, when you bring Wooden over, especially that late in the shot clock, you almost got down to about 8 seconds. I think if Baruch want to take advantage of that one-on-one matchup, they have to be comfortable leaving Farmingdale State with that final shot and do it a little bit earlier in the clock.
That's right. And if you're Buccarella in that position, you have to recognize that double's coming and set yourself up a little bit deeper in the paint. Either force the defender to come to you or force yourself in a much better position if you're not the greatest shooter to get either a mid-range jumper or ball in the paint, kick out again. just work with Castillo if she gets doubled there. Give her a bit of an easier chance.
Yeah, and from Farmingdale State's perspective, I think you just want the ball into the hands of anybody else for the final shot, because you know Castillo's trying to go ISO at the end there.
That's right.
So we go to the fourth. It's 48-44. It's Baruch's basketball. Leung has it up top, gives it off to McCray, who just checked back into the game. Castillo quickly doubled. Now it's Ortiz on the near side. Shot no good, and it's going to go back to Farmingdale State. Castillo sets up in the paint. Two bodies are going towards her. I mean, if you're Farmingdale State, I guess the message is don't let her beat us.
It seems like coach for the Rams has really pushed the message harder than we think. They are not letting her even get the ball, let alone doubling when she does have it.
Castillo leading all scorers tonight at 21 points. 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. So really doing it on all ends of the floor and filling up the stat sheet, per usual, for Mia Castillo.
Shot clock winding down here.
Wooden's got to move. Shot no good. Good defense there by McCray. And she's able to snag the rebound. Now Castillo brings it into the front court on the far side. Near side to Leung, mid-range jumper. She knocks it down, 48-46. It's a 2-point game, 9 minutes left. And Eddie, we got the making of a great finish here on opening night.
Can't wait to see how this ends, David. Just there, in transition, maybe the Rams thought they had to double. And so in transition, leaving Leung wide open, Castillo wasn't even a threat.
Simmons right to the lane, shot no good. Lopez comes down with the rebound. Hands draped all over her, and that'll be the first foul here against the Rams. They're going to call it on number 20, Mia Simmons. That's her fourth, as Walbro will come to the scorers table to check back in, and Simmons will come to the bench.
McCray did the right thing there after a great defensive possession. Got the ball and got it to Castillo right away for her to push the pace. Now, when you push the pace, the Rams, in their minds, it's don't let anybody else score. And so 4 bodies are flocking towards Castillo. Next thing you know, Leung's wide open for a mid-range jumper.
So it's Castillo here on the near side. And a little bit of an arm push there. It's going to be on number 5, Anaya Lloyd. That's going to be her third. Castillo's throwing plenty of fouls tonight.
I got worried there for a second. I thought ref was going to call an illegal screen as McCray has her arms out while she's setting that screen. Got to be careful there.
So Castillo almost lost it. Lloyd hit the deck. Now to Lopez, back to Castillo. Castillo trying to find the matchup, and the foul there is going to be on number 11, Isabella Greenwald. That's her third. And already 3 fouls for the Rams here in the first minute 40 of the fourth quarter.
Castillo might have picked up something there. Whenever she heads to the baseline, it looks like that double's not coming anymore.
Ooh, entry pass to Leung, able to save it from going out of bounds. Nice move. Lopez in the lane. Floater! Oh, around and out. She gets her own rebound, though. It was loose, tipped right to her. Castillo near side 3. It's good. It drops down both sides of the rim and the backboard. And Baruch on a 9-0 run, 49-48. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth.
McCray set up that offensive possession with a tip to get a second chance. And Lopez way to kick it out to Castillo for a 3 there. Huge play.
So the Rams have it on the offensive end. Ball on the near side. Walbro underneath. Now it's Castillo on her. I think it was batted away by Leung. And it's into the hands of McCray. She gets her pocket picked as Lloyd comes away with it.
McCray's got to keep her head up and looking around, make sure she's not going to get stripped there. And after the strip, looking to coach, but not to get back instead.
Ooh, foul there on Lopez on the entry pass into Walbro. And that's the first foul for the Bearcats.
McCray, after giving up that turnover, ball gets stripped, and the first thing on your mind should be get back on defense, but instead she looked towards coach as if she was ready for some advice during a timeout. You got to get focused, lock in, get on the other end of the floor. Good minutes out of Lopez as she takes a seat. Corin Lewis checks back into the game.
Ooh, too easy there from Pahalski. A quick spin move on the baseline, able to find an opening and lay it right in. 50-49, Baruch trail. Crossover from Leung, kicks it out near side. Thornton Lewis. She pulls a little too strong, no good. Wooden able to corral that rebound. It'll be Greenwald the other way for the Rams. Quickly into the front court. Leung out on her.
Nobody in the corner, wide open.
Shot too strong though from Pahalski, but Walbro able to get the rebound and knock down the near-range jumper.
Looks like Thornton Lewis came in and the defense is suffering. No one's communicating. leaving for wide open shots for the Rams.
So McCray has it up top, looking for options. Finds Baccarella baseline, mid-range jumper, shot off back iron, no good. Walbrough able to corral the rebound. She's having a big day on the glass. That's a rebound number 12.
Castillo's got to get a touch there on the offensive end.
Shot no good by Pahalski. Castillo rips it down, and it's Castillo quickly into the front court. She's double teamed though, looking for options. Bounce pass to Thornton Lewis. One more to McCray, who's able to lay it in. Nice pivot there from Thornton Lewis to find the cutting McCray.
Eyes in the back of her head. Castillo saw her cutting from half court, and immediately getting the ball, Thornton Lewis drops it off to McCray. Great play. McCray's got to get up there on that three, and it makes them pay.
Wooden from the far side knocks it down.
Castillo taking the initiative herself, gets into the paint, draws the foul.
Nice play there from Castillo, and Baruch needed that as the Rams were on a 7-0 run.
Just as the Bearcats take the lead, the Rams come right back and take the lead. Now up by 4 with Castillo to the line.
Castillo 7 of 8 from the free throw line this evening.
Now, not some bad offensive possessions from the Bearcats here, but shots just not falling. Thornton Lewis knows she can let it fly, just not falling on that attempt there.
And around and out, no good on the first. Crowd making some noise here at the Arc Arena. And gets the second one to drop. So it's Greenwald over to Pahalski. Pahalski able to walk it into the front court. Leung picks her up at the three-point line, Walbrough now on the far side. Ooh, entry pass into Walbrough. Nice play there by Castillo to cut it off, and it'll stay right there with the Rams with 13 to shoot.
Coach is begging McCray to stay glued to Wooden as she's knocked down the three previously and has proven to be the Rams' biggest offensive threat.
Ooh, nice drive there by Greenwald, unable to get her shot to drop. She was looking for the and one opportunity. She'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Leung with the right idea to force her to baseline, but giving up too much space, let her walk right by, having to play catch up on that end.
And that's Leung's second. As Greenwald knocks down the first. And good on the second.
5-point lead for the Rams now. Castillo looking to get aggressive.
Free throw line jumper by Leung, way short. Rebound ripped down there by Greenwald. She's quickly fouled by McCray. The only issue is that's going to... Oh, correction, that's only the fourth. Oh. Correction, that's only the team's third. My apologies. So Greenwald now has it on the cymbal. Takes the pick from Pahalski. Bounce pass into Walbrough. Castillo on her. Spin move from Walbrough. Shot no good. Amenta comes crashing in for the rebound, but it's Castillo who comes away with it. Ooh, Wooden takes the foul there, but the issue is that's going to send Castillo to the free throw line with 4:41 remaining. Baruch's in the bonus.
Wooden essentially body checked Mia Castillo coming down half court and put her hands up like she never touched her. Right idea forcing her to the baseline, but once she gets to her spot, you're too late to beat her there.
So Castillo good on the first. Baruch trail by 4. 4:41 remaining here in the ball game. And good on the second, 2 for 2. And Coach Katrozos wants to talk things over. Like I said, 4:41 remaining. Baruch trail by 3. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting.
I think at this point, you're going to have to let the Rams beat themselves. When they play perfect defense, the Bearcats can't seem to get a very good offensive set going. But if you push the pace off a miss, they can't get into their defensive sets, and their instinct is to foul, it seems like. The second Castillo gets her first step by anybody, they're putting their arms out and arm barring her to get no further. So the free throw line, it looks like, was where she'll live tonight. Only shooting 7 for 18 tonight, 39%. The free throw line has been her best friend, 10 for 12. She's got 27 points. Not to mention 10 rebounds, leading the team as well.
And at some point, both teams 3 for 8. Baruch only leading 10-9 here in the fourth quarter. So at some point, they're gonna start having to get some defensive stops and trade baskets for defensive stops. 57-54. It'll be the Rams who walk things up here it'll be Greenwald who walks things up here for the Rams. 3 near side. Amenta wide open, knocks it down.
Not sure if that was a loose zone or it looks like a 1-2-2 maybe, but nobody covering the corners.
Castillo, pump fake, free throw line jumper. She gets it to go. And it's a 4-point game once again, 60-56.
Bearcats cannot afford to trade baskets here with 4 minutes to go in the game.
To your point, yeah, I think it's 2-1-2. Greenwald now, ball swung around the perimeter.
Good movement, though, by the Bearcats to stay with their men.
Greenwald up top, over to Wooden in the corner. Amenta, open 3 again, and she knocks it down. Back-to-back threes from Amenta, making the Bearcats pay.
Now in a 2-3 zone, you should be able to be at the corners, but it doesn't seem like the Bearcats are in a 2-3. It's 2 straight corner threes for Amenta. Step back 3 from Castillo, and someone got under her on her shot. Didn't give her any landing space. That's going to be 3 free throws for Castillo.
And it's going to be Amenta. That's her 4th. And for all the good that Amenta did on the offensive end, trading 3-pointers there, as now Castillo has an opportunity for 3 free throws. And Castillo gets the first one to drop.
These free throws are huge to keep the Bearcats in the game. It can potentially go down 4 here with 3.5 to go.
That gives her 30 tonight.
Something we're totally used to here, David, in the Arc Arena. Castillo always puts on a show.
With 10 rebounds, so a solid double-double here on the opening night. And no good on the third as Wooden comes down with the rebound. 63-58, Baruch trail here. 3:22 remaining here in the ball game. And they're going to say no good on the shot, as it was Pahalski who went right into the lane. The foul there's going to be on Castillo. That's her 4th, so she's in some serious foul trouble here in the late going.
I think that's Castillo and McCray both with 4 fouls now.
And Brianna Lopez as well. So Baruch having some issues with some of their ladies in foul trouble. On the other end, Amenta, Simmons, and Lloyd all have 4 for the Rams. 3 there on the far side. Nope, they're going to say it was a 2 from Amenta, but she has 8 here in the last 4 possessions.
Amenta with the hot hand, but no adjustment by the Bearcats to get tight.
Castillo, pull back 3, shot no good. And they're clearly just going to go with her, and hopefully she hits some of these shots.
No one decides to pick up.
1-2 Pahalski and Amenta. Good D there from McCray. McCray on the foul, and that's going to be her 5th. So McCray's going to leave the game here. 8 points, 6 boards, and 2 steals.
If that double doesn't pay off on the full court press, you have to hustle and get back. Otherwise, you leave people like McCray stranded on a 3-on-2, forced to rotate late, and commits a tough foul out of the game. It seems like out of nowhere compared to the first 3 quarters where it was Wooden and Walbrell. Now it's Amenta and it's Pahalski with the offensive spark for the Rams.
Yeah, I mean, in the whole first half, it was really just Wooden as their leading scorer. But, yeah, to your point, starting to see some bench points as well from Farmingdale.
Now Lopez is called for a moving screen on the offensive end, pleading her case, but to no avail. That's 5 fouls for Lopez.
So it'll be Thornton Lewis into the game.
Tough call for Lopez there. It seemed like she got tangled up, hit the deck, and they called a moving screen. Not happy as she makes her way to the bench slowly.
A lot of commotion down here. I'm not 100% sure why we had a stoppage. No shot clock issues at least that time. But it'll be Wooden now on the inbound here. Ooh, steal there from Castillo. Castillo, fadeaway jumper. She knocks that one down. 66-60, Baruch. Baruch still have some life here late here in the ball game.
Stayed calm, reset, and got a good look. Taking her time with 2 minutes left. I know it's hard to do, but it's the only way to get quality shots.
Goes Greenwald up top. Leung all over her. Greenwald, wild shot. No good. Baruch needs to rip this one away. It's going to be Baccarella fighting for the Bearcats, but it's going to stay with the Rams on the jump ball.
Good effort from Baccarella. Something she never lacks. Unfortunately, possession hour going to the Rams this time. Now, when Castillo doubles there and the ball gets passed out, she's got to hustle to get back to her assignment. That left for a wide open lane. Thankfully, didn't get taken advantage of, but something to keep an eye out for. Some discussion about the shot clock. Ball did not hit the rim. So we're at 12 seconds here.
So now Greenwald working. Gives out to Pahalski. 2 seconds, 1 second. Got to get it up. Shot no good. It's going to be a shot clock violation. Big play. Also big. I know it's the little things. The possession hour now in the favor of the Bearcats. So have an opportunity late in the late going to potentially steal an extra possession.
Good defensive possession out of the Bearcats. Castillo locked in on Pahalski, knowing the shot clock was low. She wasn't going to give that up, but she was able to block it out of bounds.
Yeah, great defensive possession to your point. As Thornton Lewis, ooh, he took too many steps. And it's going back to the Rams, an unforced error there, as that is their 22nd turnover of the night.
It seems like the Bearcats are not learning from their mistakes. That's been called about 10 times tonight. No one able to adjust and wait to put that ball on the floor.
Full court press causing fits. Oh, Simmons. And it's going to be a timeout there. Nice heads-up play there by Coach Delacave with 1:35. He saw his team struggling. They were able to get it to the halfway point, and it's going to be a full timeout with 1:35 remaining. Baruch trails 66-60.
There's that full court press we're looking for, David, and it almost paid off. The only problem is once that ball got to half court, they had an open layup. It looks like coach for the Rams really bailed out the Bearcats there, calling a little bit of a premature timeout.
Yeah, I guess when he saw that ball just kind of get thrown up in no man's land, even though it was a spot-on pass, yeah, to your point, the press was there. Great job by the Bearcats. But if they let them run, you have numbers coming the other way. But I guess at the end of the day, that is the downside of being down points, needing the ball back.
Yeah, and the Bearcats, they're executing pretty well here down the finish. I think on both ends of the floor, now it just comes down to can you really hold the Rams to tough shots? Not force turnovers, not get some steals or blocks, but really just force some tough possessions. And maybe they won't even work the shot clock all the way down.
As they did last possession, forcing the Rams into a shot clock violation. But 1:35 remaining, 66-60. Baruch trails here in the home opener for the Bearcats.
Rams are going to get the ball here with 22 seconds left on the shot clock. 1:35 left in the game. There's only so many possessions left for the Bearcats to get back in this one.
So it's Greenwald.
Expect the Rams to use the entire shot clock here.
Greenwald's into the lane, looking for options. Wooden's going to pull over the outstretched arm of, I believe it was Mitchell. Shot no good. I mean, you're loving that. 13 seconds come off the clock. A wild three from Wooden over the outstretched arms of Mitchell. It's Bearcat basketball.
As I mentioned, hope that they don't use the whole shot clock. And right there, they didn't for some reason. Only a minute and 15 left.
So it's Leung here on the near side. Takes the pick from Castillo, gives it off to Castillo, pulls the three. Shot no good, ball still loose. And it's going to be last off of Mitchell, and it'll go back to the Rams.
You have to appreciate the hustle from Mitchell chasing that ball down, hoping that the ball gets bounced the right way, and you can only do so much off the short missed three and a quick bounce off the rim.
Also worried the offense is becoming, I mean, granted, it's a minute and 4 left, so maybe I'm being harsh, but quite predictable. You know that's going to Castillo. I mean, I don't know if it's just, obviously she's your hot hand, but, you know, you have to be able to trust some of these shooters. There's now Wooden wide open underneath. Shot no good, and Castillo comes down with the rebound. Baruch trying to push the tempo. Leung, almost gets stripped from behind from Amenta. Now it's over to Castillo. Crossover move into the lane. She's fouled. Can't get the shot to go. Will go to the line to shoot two. That would have been a huge and one.
Now, the Rams might know that it's going to Castillo, but they don't know if she's going to shoot a three or not. She gave the slightest jab step and sent the defender flying. All it took was that much going to the paint. And once you get there at full speed, I don't think Wooden's got the defensive skills to stop you without fouling you. And once again, on the defensive end for the Bearcats, Wooden had a wide open layup and just smoked it. It seemed like she was rushing it with no real reason, as the more clock you use, the better.
Coach Delicave wants to talk things over, but to your point, I mean, Wooden's been their best player tonight. So they got the ball into the hands of the woman they wanted. She was just unable to finish from close range.
She looked beside herself after that miss, coming halfway down the floor with her hands on her head. She couldn't believe she smoked that, and it could have been the dagger that sent the Bearcats home. But no, they stay in it with 43.5 seconds left.
That's definitely one of those plays, Eddie, that you've practiced 1,000 times. I mean, it's layup line, right? I mean, it's she as a quality player and one of their best players on the team. You expect yourself to hit that. When you have high expectations of yourself, to her credit, she wants those to drop. Last year she averaged close to 27 minutes per game, averaged about 13 points per game. So, second leading scorer last year. Layla Mendoza not returning, so she's leading scorer coming into this season and expects more out of herself, especially from point blank.
Now, the big thing here is let's see if the Rams can put the nail in the coffin. 43 seconds left, 30 on the shot clock. Will the coach finally force the Rams to use this entire 30 seconds? And if they can end it with a shot that falls, it might just seal the Bearcats' fate.
So let's see who we got here. We got Pahalski last year, shot 65% from the field. Simmons shot 52% from the free throw line, Greenwald shot 42% from the free throw line. And Walbro shot, Walbro's not on the floor here. And Amenta, freshman, so TBD. But, you have some players that you want to get the ball into the hands of, and I think that might be one of them right there is number 12, Emily Podolsky, 65% last year from the free throw line.
Looks like their second highest free throw shooter. Now, the Bearcats didn't have to foul here, but looks like they opted in.
I think it's tough when you're down multiple possessions and you really need to extend the game, right? So Pahalski knocks down the first. To her credit, she was 4 for 4 in the first game of the year for Farmingdale State. She misses the second. It's going to be a timeout for Coach Catrozzo's 39.6. 5-point game, 67-62.
Coach takes a full timeout here. Let's see what he can draw up out of the timeout. Let's be frank here, David. We both know the ball is going to Castillo. Now, unless she gets doubled, you have to assume she's going to put it up. But if she does, who are you looking to get the ball after her?
Yeah, I mean, I assume at this point you're looking for a 3, right? So if you're looking for a 3, I think your options are going to be probably between Leung and Thornton Lewis, right? I mean, Thornton Lewis,
if I had to guess, yeah.
1 of 7 from deep. Leung 0 of 3 from deep tonight, but we've seen in the past that they're able to hit and they feel comfortable shooting from that range.
Knowing Castillo, though, I don't think she's going to want to give up that ball too easy. She knows that she can do it herself if she really needs to. It just comes down to if she can get an open look drawn up by Coach here.
And you know, you already showed that you're willing to stretch the game a bit, so I wouldn't even say you're married to shooting a 3 here. If Farmingdale State may actually give you an open layup, knowing that they're going to be going back to the free throw line, if they're going to give you that, I would take it.
That's a good point. Let's see if Mitchell, Precious Mitchell, let's see if she decides to set up in the paint here and just wait for either Wooden or maybe Simmons to get off their men.
Just like that, Castillo going right into the lane. Shot too strong. Thornton Lewis able to get it, rip it down. Looking for options, over to Castillo. She almost loses it, circles back, 25 seconds remaining. Wooden out on her, hand checks Castillo. Shot not going to count. And it's going to be a foul there on Wooden. It'll send Castillo back to the line. So I think that's, for Farmingdale State, second best thing you could have had. Obviously, getting the rebound would have been great, but wasting almost 16 seconds of clock and sending Castillo to the line as she knocks down the first.
Almost best case scenario there. Credit to Wooden. She was moving her feet well and keeping up with Castillo, but got a little too handsy there on the baseline. Again, once Castillo gets to the baseline, they start to get their hands on her.
It's also when the play breaks apart like that, right? You know, it's scrambling for the ball. Everyone then has to re-get their defensive assignments. You catch people sometimes in a bit of a change. So with 24 seconds remaining, Baruch now trail by 3. It's going to be Rams ball coming out of the huddle, and Baruch, you know, like I said, you know, keeping themselves in the game, keeping themselves alive by taking what's given to them. And like we said, kind of right before that possession, we're not forced into the 3-point shot.
And I was going to say that the Bearcats can force a turnover here if they play good enough press defense, but coach of the Rams just elects to advance the ball once again. Out of timeouts now, but with that in mind, if you can foul one of their less successful free throw shooters, maybe not Pahalski or Armenta or even Greenwald, you have a good chance of getting this ball back down 3 with 24 seconds left. Pahalski's going to check in here. Good defense.
Quick foul there. It's going to send Greenwald to the line to shoot 2, and almost no time off the clock. Greenwald, granted, only went 1 of 4 from the free throw line last year.
Almost looks like the play was drawn up for her, though. Coach must have some confidence in Greenwald. Rightfully so, as she knocks down the first to extend the lead to 4. 2-possession game, 23.3 seconds to go.
And good on the second.
Coach calling for a quick 2 now. Castillo pushing the pace. Instead gets it to the corner for Leung for a 3.
Shot no good. Greenwald on the rebound, 13 seconds, 12, 11. Gets it to the front court. Greenwald's finally fouled. And that just might do it here, though, with 8.7 remaining. Baruch trail by 5, and the Rams go to the line to shoot 2.
David, we've seen crazier. Now, you mentioned it. Greenwald shot 1 for 4 last year at the free throw line. Small sample size, but she just went 2 for 2, so she's statistically due, as they say.
And correction, actually, that was first game of the year. She was 42%, and that's my bad for relaying that poor info, but 42% still not a great number, but she's clearly been working on it. She knocks down the first.
3 in a row now. Make it 4. And that just about seals the Bearcats' fate.
So Castillo, step back 3. Shot's good, 71-67, 3.8 remaining. Armenta gets the inbound, quickly fouled by Leung with 2 seconds left, and Armenta will go to the line to shoot 2.
Too little, too late here from Castillo. The heroics can only take you so far, as that 3-0 cut it to 4, but credit to Greenwald here. Knocks down 4 straight free throws. You mentioned a 42% free throw shooter, shot 1 for 4 last game without a blink. Knocks it down.
Some clutch shots tonight as Amenta off on the first.
2 seconds left unless she misses, and we get a miracle here on a heave plus foul. We've seen crazier, but that seems like it'll about do it.
Half-court shot from Castillo off the backboard and no good. So that'll do it here at the Arc Arena. Your final score, Farmingdale State 72, Baruch 67. And, you know, obviously we almost come to the point where we constantly see a great performance from Mia Castillo playing the entire game, 40 points, 10 boards. You know, kind of some of what we saw last year. We're hoping to potentially, and I feel like we rode the wave at the end of last year. Got a lot of secondary and tertiary help, not so much tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we knew what the game plan was going into the game with Castillo being the focal point of the offense, but to not see another player hit double digits, with the closest being McCray with 8 points, Castillo had to do more than put the team on her shoulders. She had to carry them all the way to the finish line and came up short. 40 points on 10 of 24, 16 of 19 from the free throw line, shooting 84% from the stripe. Sometimes you can only get so much out of your star player, and I don't know how much more you could have asked for tonight.
So, you know, it's only one game out of conference. They'll be right, you know, the best part about playing a lot of games at the early part of the season, you get right back to it on Wednesday.
And it might just be the case of building up some chemistry for the beginning of the season, starting from last season, but hoping that it comes a little bit sooner rather than later tonight, as we saw some really good glimpses out of this team defensively and offensively. Castillo was distributing well. The team was pushing it both on offense and forcing the issue on defense, but came up short tonight.
So that'll about do it here for us. Again, if you are interested in seeing Bearcat basketball at the Arc Arena, we have a doubleheader for you Wednesday night. First, the women are going to host the United States Merchant Marine Academy, followed by the men at 7:30. They'll be hosting the College of Old Westbury. But here tonight, the women fall to Farmingdale State 72-67. This broadcast has been in conjunction with the Baruch Athletic Department. For Eddie Sabag, I'm David Just. Have a great night, everybody.